Honor Core. Welcome back, everybody, to an interesting circumstance. We no longer find ourselves in the shard of the collective unconscious outside a gigantic safe door. We find ourselves maybe on a busy city street or an alleyway. But I shouldn't be trying to tell this story. Also, our HUD is no longer true for the kind of people in company. So let's go and get rid of that and return it to this one with Sabine on it. But I'm not going to be the one who'll be explaining what circumstance we're now currently in. I should probably pass that over. But before I do, I should actually add. This is another thing. I should add. At the moment, Shinichi, you having cracked your final mundane theme, your 0-hour contractor, you have gained a tag for free. I will write down on the on your character sheet what that tag is. I do believe all other players can also see your character sheet, so if they're curious, they can also see what new tag that you got. But just to confirm, you can see that tag, Tom?
Where is it currently?
On your character sheet, it's on one of your tracking cards next to gold.
I see.
That is the tag that you have now gained now that you have all 4 Mythos playbooks.
Ooh.
And as a result, I'm not in a position to describe what's going on in this scene, so I'll leave that up to you, Tom.
Thank you very much. I shall take over as the characters find themselves on what looks like a sort of dingier, more older version of the streets of Youngsburg. Rather than the electric lamps that have lit the streets, there's a sort of flickering of old sort of Victorian era gas lamps. And a voice sort of speaks out from the darkness, from the area where Shinichi would be previously standing. But it's certainly not his voice anymore. Ah, sweet liberation. I had hoped this could have been a more subtle awakening. However, the prerequisites of such an emergence make drama all but unavoidable. There'll be a flick in the light slightly high up, the sound of a cigarette lighter, of flint against steel, and a slight illumination as a shape sort of emerges from the darkness. Go on, Nathan, you reveal the art for everybody.
God damn.
Greetings, everybody. A pleasure to meet you all for the first time in person.
Maury, this isn't funny. Time to call all of this off, and let's walk back to the vault and wrap this up the way it's supposed to be done.
Ah, Sabine, or whatever you are now. I'm no longer Shinichi Mori. I am fiction made manifest, unfettered by the restraint of my host. You know me as James Moriarty, but with the infinite potential of this power, I am a nascent god here. You'll see sort of around the sort of throne-esque thing that the Devil Arcana Moriarty is. You can see shadows sort of emerging for it, looking sort of like footpads or common criminals holding various implements and weaponry, sort of almost itching to dive out and hear somewhat mocking laughter from around the edge of the throne.
So, Shinichi's totally gone now? You're him, he's you?
He's merely sleeping. He was enough of a catalyst for this fiction to be made manifest. The other fools who you faced, shadows of what their true potential could have been.
Why is this? Why now? Why is this happening?
Because it's been planned for quite a long time. You've seen it yourselves. When someone reaches the peak of their stresses, they're able to step out and acquire more power. I just took it to its more inevitable conclusion without requiring the assistance of the supposed gods of this world.
Moriarty, you were pulling the strings for Mori the whole time, or did Mori start and you finished? Were you both working together on this? I'm gonna need a little bit more detail before I figure out what's next.
Or did Shinichi just get so cornered that he has to surrender himself to being, what, the god of crime? Who believes that stuff?
He was desperate enough to try and find alternatives to avoid a most unpleasant fate. But all that is simply immaterial at this point. A story that's ended. Going forward, I'm going to take... I can do pretty much whatever I want. I've got the power to wield fiction as a blade, as a weapon. I could take the city for myself. The affectations of a small child and your petty little problems are very little concern to me at this juncture.
Oh, you
However,
better...
no, go for it.
No, Goin steps up and like hoists his Tokaibi club over his shoulder and goes, "Oh, you better start getting concerned because these 3 kids, we're gonna track you. We're gonna chase you down. We're not gonna let you do what you want."
Oh, I'm very, very much aware of this. I know of your powers and your weaknesses, and I will be taking this very, very seriously. I'll smile, and I think it's probably time some music to start up in the background.
Oh, do we not have music?
Oh yeah, we have.
No, that says the boss one. I've just got my things out up.
I was very concerned for a second there.
Apologies.
No, it's all good. Yeah. There was ominous kind of boss intro music running underneath you, and now we're in kind of more battle space now. Yeah, Professor Moriarty approaches.
Okay, I believe that means I get the first move as the villain. The entity that is Moriarty will look down towards the party. She'll first look towards Lucian. There's my thing. There we go.
You should also have control of your token, by the way.
This is true. We'll
just
step
to let you know,
as...
I just had to set that up.
No,
yeah,
I didn't twig. No, that's absolutely fair. Lucian, Shinichi respected you highest of all. Let us see if your literary magic can break through my infernal machinations. He'll gesture somewhat and sweeping motion with his claws. Move it over to the players.
What? It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this way.
Arfang, I don't remember much about us as connections, as allies, but I do still know a lot about you as a person. I know that you're smarter than this thing. I know that you've got what it takes to get us where we need to be. So you tell me what to do and I'll do it. Where should I point my sword? It'll go there. You got this, Lucian. I may not remember being a part of your team, but I think you're ready to lead, and you've been ready to lead for some time now. Make it happen.
I think Lucian was looking down and away as they were saying that, and they turn to face you with tears in their eyes, and they nod. And I want to roll to set Sabine up. Okay, let's see. What am I using for this? Well, I think certainly adamant, ambitious leader. I will... Ooh, let's see. I think also taking out a old classic that I haven't used in a little bit, Avian Sign, Thoth Migration, to create a lot of birds made of paper folds. And I think I'd like to also invoke 3 steps ahead under the idea that this is I'm going to be trying to create an opening by essentially using an attack that is super familiar to Professor Moriarty. But
So we're specifically going for lining it up to create an opening here, rather than stabbing me for Sabine. Sure, got it.
Yes, I am going to be trying to line it up, and what's going to be different is that before the birds rose from the paper and then they shot forward like missiles, but these I'm essentially planning on having them kind of curve around, and essentially. Instead of having this be a just fast reaction barrage, going to have this be like a level 5 Toho boss pattern that is just so dense, and even if it's slow moving, it is so complex you can't just sidestep it. Okay, so let's see. Roll power, line it up, and say modifier 3.
Nice.
10.
Wow, even with that 1, it doesn't even matter. Incredible.
So pick one. The foe sends an attack your way. The opening only lasts a few moments. The enemy sees you coming, and you'll have disadvantage.
I think it's only going to last a few moments.
Okay.
Lucian just like starts counting down like 5, 4, 3 as the paper birds are swirling en masse through the air, and like with these patterns that are folding in and out of each other, and it's like right at the point, like a moment before impact, Lucian calls out to Sabine to act.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just gonna listen to my orders and just jump right into the fray. And I think this is the first time that, Lucian and Goyne, and actually, I mean, any of us really, that killing that salesman wasn't really a good indicator of how much Sabine has changed as she is now. I think rather than the sort of bloody fury, feral ripping to shreds that she sort of attacked with before, now Sabine moves with a purpose, a vengeful, wrathful, but strike of justice, rather than vengeance. Well, I guess rather than personal revenge. And she closes the gap, and she wants to just crack her sword down through Moriarty.
Okay, that feels like a strike roll to me. What tags are you using?
I'm gonna use Wrathful.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna use Clarent Mythic Sword, and those 2 I think make sense.
Okay, go give me a roll power. Strike with +2.
Of course.
So, well, I don't really need to describe what happens on a failure. I should leave that to Tom.
Indeed. What's the actual rules conditions I get from this, Nathan, just for...
Well, it only really talks about what happens on partials in terms of... The opening is gone, either way.
Yep.
But, yeah, there is... basically, you don't deal the damage. There is... on a mixed success, the architect picks 1. The foe lashes out at you, take a wound appropriate. The foe separates you. The foe reshapes the arena and introduces a new threat. So feel to invoke as many of those as you like.
I think I'll invoke a new threat. Almost not even getting up from the chair, right, he swings the cane staff, which bats Sabine somewhat harmlessly from in front of her. He'll then, almost ignoring her, turn and look towards Goin. So,
Hi. I'm sorry, just to pop in. I'm on mobile right now because my PC crashed in the middle of that.
Oh, no.
No.
No, I'm almost back in, but yes, please continue. Please continue clobbering me.
We can still hear you and everything, so you're good, you're good.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll continue using the same approach. And say, Goin, your goblin is but a crutch for you. Can you truly stand without him? And he'll sort of place one balled up hand under his, lean his head against his hand, almost watching the fight bored.
How do you feel, going? What do you feel like doing? Oh gosh, has my connection died? Oh no!
I'm here. I heard everything. Going does the Dark Souls well. What is it emote towards Moriarty, and says, "You don't see Kim right now, and I don't need him to beat you into a pulp. Shinichi, I don't know what got into you, and I can't begin to understand why you even did this, what you needed that vault for, why'd you even involve Reggie in all of this, let alone us. All I know right now, I want to beat your fucking ass."
Sounds like you want to make a confront roll to me.
Hell yeah.
Alternate reality Sabine is so fucking excited that you said the fuck word.
Oh, yeah. I said the fuck word when I punched Lucian, or when Lucian punched me.
Nice.
Swearing to be only used when fighting other party members.
Right? That's
All
what
non-canon.
Okay, so I definitely want to confront this. And actually, Nathan, how does Kim, like, how does it feel? How does the Kim part of me respond when Kim notices that conviction that, like, I actually don't need him right now? Like, I want to prove a point. I don't rely on that goblin. I don't need luck.
I think across this entire time, I have always kind of played Kim as your id. Like, the kind of impulsive side of yourself that will do things. And, like, in any kind of, like, real-life thought processes, sometimes you listen to your id, and sometimes your super ego is primarily in control, and you kind of let the impulsive side of you leave out of your mind. Kim was probably kind of being like, yeah, fuck him up, in the back of your head for a while, and it just gets quieter and quieter.
Right. So, yeah, I walk up. I get out my Dokaibi club, and let's get that confront roll. Let's see. Is that the?
That should be in the roll power section as well. There should be.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So,
what tags are you using?
The tags that I'm using is, I'm gonna go with traumatic self-improvement.
Yes, quite literally here.
Raised with discipline. And one-man hype machine.
All right, sounds good. I like that combination. It's definitely big personal growth in terms of the use of those tags specifically.
Oh yeah, very good.
Let's see. I don't see a confront. Oh yeah, I do. Never mind. I do see it. So I'm gonna roll that +3. Oh, I needed that 3.
Oh.
All right.
What happens on the mixed success? Pick 2. So you get hit back as well. Their attack hits you harder than expected. The foe disengages, repositions, or attacks another rebel. Their power infects you. Crack a Logos theme.
Oh, hey. Yo, Nathan, remember my question? At the start? Okay, so I'm gonna pick, their attack hits you harder than you expected, and their power infects you. Crack a Logos theme.
Okay, fantastic. Right, so a couple things occur first. Tom, what status does Goin take as you hit each other, essentially?
So I think as Goin sort of presumably flying through the air to take the smack at Moriarty on the throne, he'll lift up the cane, the end of it popping open, there being a sort of click bang of a flintlock firing,
Mm-hmm.
and some sort of grazing shot, inflicting a relevant level of bleeding tag.
This is hitting you
Cool.
harder than expected, so take bleeding 3.
Bleeding 3, got it. Massive Urizen from Devil May Cry vibes, by the way. Yeah, no, I think like the cane does like the force like hits me so hard, and you see like random like cuts of wind appear like in my robe across my chest, and like blood streams of blood just like gushing out like in a very JoJo way. But I think like through that, like does the like my attack, like where does it hit you, do you think?
If it's an actual one of the 3 hits, is it qualifying for with the correct?
This is going to create an opening, so you've not taken damage yet, but this guy is definitely taking up your attention.
Yeah, I like to think that like I'm just knocking your throne a little bit, like upheaving it almost. Like you have to, like you're wobbling in a little rocking chair now.
Just like on the back, legs waving comically in the air, completely ruining any sense of drama. Or I think the sort of overwinded slightly after taking the shot, and suddenly attention's more focused on going to make sure he doesn't take another attack at this opportunity, possibly reaching for another weapon while the mob round the edge of the throne jeers at you.
And as for you cracking one of your Logos themes, tell me more about that.
Okay, so Logos is let's see,
it's one of your mundane themes.
Mundane shit. Yeah. So my Squire of Strong Style Logos, that's which has the tagline "I'll be the villain," is already in 2 cracks. So I'm cracking the 3rd, and I think what this means is that the idea, like I think what like how Lucian described it, like or like how Will talked about writing Sabine out of the story by wishing like that she didn't have a fucked up childhood, just settles in that, and like actually I didn't have the right to do that, but also I wrote her out because I don't want anyone else but me to be the star of the story, because ultimately what matters the most to Goin is finding his mother, and the fact that like his mother is even further away now, further removed away. Like he needs to do anything, he wants to do anything, he's willing to do anything, including donning, like just doing the heel turn.
Goin, please reduce your I can't face her status by 1 tier.
Thank you. Yay.
Also, do you change shape at all upon this occurring? Because I have that prepared if you wanted to do it.
I think what this means is ooh. No, let's do it. Let's go with it. Let's roll.
You take, if I may rest the narrative oh so slightly, and also put a stop to this particular piece of music. The shot across your cheek hits you hard, and you crumple to your knees, and we see Goin face down, or like hunched over, and but there's kind of like the sound of a heartbeat, a pulsing within Goin. Goin's growing in size, and like your shoulder blades bulge like with a crack, like the sound of bone reshaping itself widens outwards, and you slowly stand up again. And in your you are huge, almost So we do not have dedicated art for this, so you're going to have to forgive the fact that this is just Kim but larger. But this is in a way Kim but larger. The fact like your incisors are like twice, 3 times the length they were before. Those small nubby horns are pretty solid, mean-looking, goring-able people horns.
Like full Oni mode, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I've goblinized. Yes. This is what I always wanted.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I think we push to this for a bit again. As you slowly kind of like rise back up from your curled position, taller, meaner, angrier than before.
That was a good hit. That was a good hit, Shinichi. And I think like he refers like he still sees you as Shinichi. Like, I think he's a little too dumb to understand like you like, or maybe he just doesn't see the difference. Like he sees Moriarty as an extension. So that was a good hit. A really good hit, Shinichi. You know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore about Ryder. I don't care anymore about Reggie. I've never cared. You know what? We're exactly the same. I should be on your side of the line. I should be fighting against these people because you know what? I'm fighting to see my goddamn mom again. And no one's gonna stand in my way. And if the city is what you want, and you're going for it, and my mom is what I want, and I'm gonna go for that twice as hard, and I'm going to punch the shit out of anyone who tries to stop me. And I guess I like big Goin Kim turns around to Sabine and Lucian and kind of like just yells, "So tell me, how do you see me now? Am I a villain? Am I what the story needs?"
You hear echoing within you, I think, going
No.
You're rising up to the role of protagonist, This was unexpected, but welcomed. Show me how hot that fire can burn inside you. This is very distracting, Moriarty, and this is now an opening that Lucian or Sabine can capitalize on, and it will not immediately close.
No, absolutely. I believe it's round to me again? Oh, Moriarty again then?
Sure.
So I think now that things are getting a little bit serious, be a kickback. The chair topples behind Moriarty, probably crushing some of the spirits behind him. We'll sigh slightly. Quite an impressive little speech. Let's see what we can do to make this a bit more interesting. Sort of look past Kim and lock on to Sabine. Your mind is a problem I have already solved. You'll feel sort of, I'll see dark sort of tendrils reaching around this of sort of Sabine's feet as Moriarty forces a memory onto her. I will give you a tag. Conversation on memories of rooftop conversations.
Yes.
There we go.
I was actually thinking about trying to bring that up anyway, so that's awesome.
Love
Sorry,
it. Love it when everything connects together like that.
Absolutely. Yep, that'll be Moriarty's turn.
How many?
Sabine, you remember?
How big is the?
Oh, it's not a status because obviously you're not going to die if it reaches rank 5.
Oh,
it's just a thing that is now part of your character.
Okay, gotcha. Then great, perfect. Okay, Sabine, I think, stands up and dusts herself off. after, her failed attempt to take a more measured approach, she kind of eyes up Kim Goin, and Moriarty, looks to her left and sees Lucian. I'm just gonna look through my tags real quick to see what I should do next, because I feel like I have a couple of different routes that I can take, but I want to do the best, most interesting one.
I think after seeing Shinichi turn and now going turn 2, I see Lucian sees Sabine having this internal, I don't know if it's an awakening or consternation, but something is clearly happening inside Sabine, and Lucian just turns like, no, Sabine, not you too.
Let's see here. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I would like to. I have a shadow move. It's my favorite thing that I've ever done in this game. I do it all the fucking time. Just you and me. If a foe is within arm's reach, you can crack a Logos theme to reshape the castle and trap both of you in a sparsely furnished room. The previous state is stored when you will it, or when you take a negative status of 2 or more. Can I, Nathan, use this on an ally?
I don't see why not.
Lucian, we need a sidebar.
Fuck. Okay. Where we putting? Where we dropping?
Do you still have the assets for the roof?
Oh yeah, that's actually
Right,
already
there.
here. Give me a sec.
There.
Oh boy.
Right.
I'm just gonna add another crack onto the night I was sent away, so I have 2 of those.
And that, did you say that cracks one of my? No, that cracks one of yours.
No, it just cracks mine.
Okay.
Let's. Sorry, just getting all of this in place. This is all very cool. Need to be looking that way. Yes, indeed. Right. That is looking correct on stream. Good, good, good. Now, what vibe? No, I suppose that's a Sabine question. What vibe?
Think Persona 5 save room vibe.
Right. Okay.
Reprieve vibe.
Yeah. Oh no, this one.
Perfect. So, Lucian, I think you blink for a second while Mordred puts his arm on your shoulder, and you blink and you open your eyes and see Sabine, just as you used to see her.
Cool.
As you used to know her, leaning up against the fence on the school roof, Migdal High, just smoking a cigarette. And she just looks at you and says, Lucian, we need a minute.
Sabine, what? Sabine, what's going on here?
When Goin did what Goin did, he... Unfortunately, I think Moriarty had the right of it. He did kind of kill me, this Sabine, in a way. But by doing that, he kind of wrote me into fiction. So I'm still around. That other Sabine, she's a good kid. Better than I ever would have been. She's gonna need your help.
It's all happening so fast. Are you... Where are you?
Well, it's like I said. Kind of in fiction now. I guess, I exist as long as, everyone remembers me for who I was, like this. And, Well, if there's one person I can think of out of the whole team who has a pretty good connection to fiction, has books of it, always lugging down on their shoulder, pinching their nerves. It's you, Lucian.
I think so. The camera goes to Lucian's perspective, and when the kind of alternate timeline started, it was very much left up to each of us to decide how much we remembered, and Lucian remembered basically nothing of the previous timeline, but as they're up on this rooftop and I think slowly walking towards you, Sabine, they're just getting these, I think there's the sound of like glass cracking, and then they get a flashback of the two of them fighting. Lucian takes another step, another sound of glass cracking, and then a flashback to the dreamlike vision that they had of handing Sabine their heart. And Sabine, you can see as Lucian is walking towards you, there are just cracks forming on their face. They're slightly luminous. And they walk forward and open their arms for a hug.
Yeah, Sabine flicks her cigarette down on the ground and wraps you up in a hug and like buries your head in her neck, and she whispers to Lucian. She says, "From the Sabine that you know, and from the one that you might have forgotten at one point, you're a good leader. You're the one that will get us out of this mess. Keep your chin up." And then I think, like, you're hugging nothing, and you're just alone in the rooftop.
Oh man, I think when Sabine disappears, there's one more sound of glass shattering. Softer and quieter than before.
And with that, I think, by the by, you both gain, I think, one social link with each other. So both of you have your social links increased by one.
Oh yeah.
And I think I'm going to keep this particular song going for a bit as we're back
Absolutely.
in
Mhm.
space. Lucian.
Sabine, we can't let this go on any longer.
Can't agree anymore, Harfang. Let's get it done.
Lucian nods. I trust you.
So you had a good talk with her then, huh?
I don't know how I remembered her, but I won't forget. And with that, Lucian kind of throws their right hand up across their chest, and you just see a splay of papers appear in their hand. As oh man, what would be? I think with that moment drawn together, it's definitely time to put an end to this, or at least do the best we can. What would be the best way to do that? Ha! Hell yeah!
Well, there is a lot of qualities of the devil to crack, and working your way through that would be an arduous battle. But you can push beyond the limits of even the mechanics of this game if you just stop holding back.
Oh man, very good. I think to represent that, we get, so this is like, what, Lucian Alpha as opposed to Lucian Prime? I think takes those papers and presses them against the edge of one of their wings, or I suppose that'd be their left wing, then grabs it. There's a cracking sound as they tear off a Reaper's Sight from their now broken wing. I am going to hand this to Sabine to set her up.
Sure. With the nature of stop holding backs, the stuff that you want to do just happens, so we're not going to roll for Sabine's attack, but you are going to roll to describe how much you fuck yourself up doing this.
Oh, I'd love to. Okay. Do I invoke any tags for this?
No, you roll plus mundane tags, mundane theme books.
So that's a +2.
All right. You got this.
The current. Ooh. We're pushing things up a bit. Before it was a significant sacrifice to push past to fight Goin one-on-one. This is to defeat a nightmare potentially in one blow. So this is no return. If you roll a 7 to 9, one of your themes disappears.
Oh, that's actually perfect.
On a 10 plus, you just mark fade or crack and burn all the tags on one theme. So, yeah.
Can I offer assistance via one of my power tags?
I think under this
I have
circumstance, and also to kind of keep this going quite swiftly, I'm going to say no for now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. This is... it feels inappropriate to say this is playing right into my hand, but this is good, actually.
So, tell me, what theme book you are putting on the line before you roll?
Oh man, I am... I think I've got to put Librarian on the line. There's no way Lucian can go back to normal life as a librarian after this.
And please, in character, tell me the wish that you are having granted as you stop holding back.
Oh man, Lucian's wish. I wish we could cut our puppet strings.
Absolutely. You hear, echoing in your head, it seems you're starting to embrace becoming the protagonist of this story. Very well. Consider your power to achieve what thou wilt. Granted.
Let's roll it.
Oh! You are no longer a librarian.
Your pink slip is like pushed under your door, your door.
Hold on. Enough of that shit. We get.
You think they'll give you severance pay, Lucian?
We get this.
Severance is a good choice.
So, in tandem between the two of you, please describe Lucian's removal of part of themselves in both a figurative and literal sense, and how it is handed to Sabine. Tom, please feel free. I know that this is cutting this boss battle short.
Oh, no, it's absolutely fine.
But please do discuss the impact on the other side, but I'll shut up and leave y'all to it.
Yeah, I think as I described, this is Lucian. Oh man, I think if I can do a replay of the scene of Lucian ripping the scythe out of their wing, I think it's not
Absolutely.
just, these aren't just random pages. I think they are, these are like sign-in sheets from when Lucian was a librarian. There are a couple Polaroids taken at like certain social events that the library is running for its employees. I think there is an entire collection of bookmarks that Lucian used personally. All of them ripped away from them and used to create the scythe with which Sabine can cut these puppet strings.
Mhm.
Lucian, after taking the scythe, I think this is less of a, kneeling to pass the sword and more of holding it in one hand and then just kind of letting go as it floats to Sabine.
So I might pull something after the strike that finishes that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to give Sabine a chance to respond as Lucian says, "Go on, Sabine. I trust you."
Frame by frame, we get the slow nod, and we actually maybe even see behind like Mordred's visor, like new Sabine's eyes, an intense camaraderie stare, looking at Lucian as she nods, and then in the frame by frame, each step that Sabine takes, we go between the old Tenchi and between Mordred. Every step, for about 4 or 5 steps of big, long, sort of like strides, and with each stride forward, the scythe grows bigger and longer and sort of envelops the Dokaibi and Moriarty, and we get the final scene of like Sabine just like pulling the scythe down on like a black and white sort of like silhouette of the scene, and just the shing of the scythe like passing through both the Dokaibi and Moriarty. And I think maybe with the last like frame, it's the Tenchi unit, the old one, Nemesis, sort of pulling the scythe down, and a tear running down old Sabine's face before the scythe finishes its cut.
I think if I can add an additional as the side hacks
please
through.
do. Please do.
Moria, the Devil Arcana now clutching the huge cut, ripping it from shoulder to hip, smiles through bloody lips and says, "A most excellent wish. If it's one thing you learn from this, don't let those two control us all. However," I'll say with a slightly nasty grin, I wouldn't be the ultimate criminal mastermind if I hadn't prepared at least some comeuppance for such an action. He'll the grin will widen as a single one of the return slips on the scythe suddenly comes into focus. It says something. The French Wars, 1793 to 1815. And there'll be a cutback to a fight scene from several sessions ago. There, Sonichi asking Lucian, "Lucian, would you mind if I borrow a book?" And the that particular thing bursting into flames, consuming the entire remnants of the librarian mundane book as the devil starts fading into dust.
Absolutely. Oh, that was perfectly as well.
Ooh, nice.
there is a almost like smoke evaporating off the form of the devil nightmare. The shadows, the infinite myriad shadows of ne'er-do-wells also evaporating, and slowly behind in its place is left a curled up body, almost as if they were asleep.
Is there a card there?
Sitting by him, gracefully landing on the floor, is a tarot card. And now we reach a very tricky proposition. After all... Oh, come on. I can't hear that. Can other than
It's playing. It's playing.
Maybe clever.
Yeah, this is important to many of you. You can change much. Even Sneechy can finally change something if this card is retained. But it's open for anybody to claim. In fact,
Sabine reaches for it instantly.
there's nobody around to see you.
I don't care if I have to do an opposed roll or anything. She's gonna go for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But let's see what everybody else is doing. I think this is you can all tell me what you want to do, and these all kind of like happen in a kind of simultaneous, and we'll do a simultaneous roll like last time to see who gets what they want first. But yeah,
Drool in a slightly aggressive manner.
Oh, absolutely. So just to kind of so I understand, Sabine, what do you want out of obtaining this card?
I'm gonna get it and bring it back to Ryder.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm also going for it.
And what do you want upon obtaining the card?
I want to be the protagonist.
Understood. Lucian.
I want the card. I'm not going to physically try to grab it. I'm going to call out to Sabine to ask if she trusts me in terms of what I'd like to do with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for it.
So all of us are making rolls.
I want to find the author.
All of us are making rolls. I think even your kind of like appeal to Sabine is a roll in itself. It would be a convince if it wasn't opposed.
Okay.
So I think all of you, gosh, this is going to be a lot at a time, so we're going to resolve Sabine's, then Goin's, then Lucian's, if that's okay. Don't roll them just yet. It's just establishing what kind of tags you're doing. So Sabine, what tags are you going to be using to go and just be fast and obtain the card?
Well, I happen to have a tag literally called Operate Past Your Limit, so I'm gonna take my limiters off and just jump in for that shit. That might be the only thing, but let me see.
Perfectly fine. So you're rolling with a +1. I need to go and double check what kind of thing we can even do here in terms of what this is going to be.
Can I do Die for Your Vengeance? And let me tell you how I would make that work.
Okay, tell me.
Like putting my body on the line, like I would, get hurt if I had to get this card, and my vengeance being against, like, I guess, the unconscious itself, like taking vengeance against this idea to bring it to Ryder.
You are fighting against the story directly in this particular action that you are doing.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
+2.
Right. Don't roll that just yet. Just
I will
hold
not.
on
I'm
to
just
that.
gonna pog in the chat real quick.
I'm glad that this is in an interesting stakes. Okay, Goin, what would we like to use here for this roll?
All right, so I'm going to what so I can use I cannot use the Squire of Strong Style logos anymore, right?
No, it would normally be replaced with something else, but that's usually at end of session, so you just do not have access to that place.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm going to say I invoke the Goblin Unleashed, the Fire Without, as in I want to use like the firepower that I occasionally have to just like jet boost myself into a running start. And I'm going to use that one lucky I was holding on to.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
You may
Mwah.
indeed do that. Yes, indeed. Very good.
I've
Alright.
just dropped you a message, Nathan, if it's
Sure
relevant.
thing. Sure thing.
Alright,
I think
so
Sunny should get a roll too. Fuck it.
No, so I'm doing something in the background.
Mm.
More because of where we are.
You're texting on your Palm Pilot while you're crumpled up on the floor.
Absolutely. Okay. This is all good. This is all understood. You would be rolling with a +3 with that roll. Cool.
yeah,
Do not
which
roll
one
it
would
just yet.
what move?
It
is
doesn't
that?
really matter in this circumstance because there isn't a really move tied to it, so feel
Yeah.
free to kind of use whatever you feel is most comfortable to do so.
Yeah.
Lucian.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I think Adamant Ambitious Leader is an obvious one. Problem is, the other ones that I would think could be relevant are more relevant to the outcome of getting the card than my process of getting the card.
I
Like,
see.
Scion of Truth would be great for what I want to use the card for, but I don't think it's my calling. My calling Sabine to trust me is, I'd say, less about lies and truth.
All right. Then sometimes you just roll with the one tag. They might roll low and you might roll high. That's how it be. So we have Sabine rolling with +2. We have Goyne rolling with +3, and we have Lucian rolling with +1. Are we all ready to make the roll?
No.
I'm on the edge of my seat for this.
Let me know when you're all ready to make the roll, and we will be going on 3 if that's okay.
Can I appeal to to everyone here to say let me win? Thank you.
Oh man.
Trying my hardest. Sorry.
No, it's all fine. It's all fine. Let's see what chaos is in store for us. Oh boy. Count down, Nathan. I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Roll.
Yes.
Oh. Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
So I guess I grab it and then hear Lucy and ask me to trust them, and I just.
And then you can choose.
Get it?
I will leave it up to you to choose. But first, the reason why Goyne's attempt did not go through. Earlier in the fight against Professor Moriarty called to you and said you rely on the goblin as a crutch.
Oh fuck!
Goblin Unleashed was booby-trapped.
Oh my god!
And as a result, that roll automatically fails.
Yo!
Oh my fucking god!
And you take a 2-tier status.
Oh, can I
Tom,
get it?
your last parting shot as a GM, Tom. What is the level 2 status that Goyne takes? As I guess they get psychic feedback from trying to.
Oh yeah. Side character.
Ooh. Ooh, you take side character 2.
Oh, fucking destroyed.
Can I
Oh.
can I say
I'm getting big Toy Story energy of you are a toy.
Yo, I know exactly how this looks like.
Okay.
So I do my jet boost move, and that doesn't immediately I notice that doesn't launch me forward as far as I'd expected, and then I take a move and take another step forward, and then I notice my legs are so tired, and I just get slower and slower, and I think I just I shrink, and I start to lose my goblinoid appearance, and I as if I've just run 3 marathons. I just sluggishly pulling my body forward, arm reaching out, and I just tears in my eyes and spit snot and spit coming from every like facial nostril, every facial orifice. It's just like very gross, very pathetic as I lurch over and like fall to my knees and start crawling towards it. And every single step of the way, I just go, Mom, 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 Mom. And I think I'm just like in front of Shinichi's body when I just stop moving and tears just flow without any paroxysm, without any movement, any shock out of my eyes. I don't even sniffle. There's just tears flowing, and and just my Dokaibi form just disappears, and I'm
Oh shit! Okay.
normal.
Yeah. I think. Oh, yes.
Lucy,
There is a weird stillness that has taken over this space.
Lucian, take the card. I trust you.
Thank you, Sabine.
Do you think that you can carry Mori out of here? I don't think that I should carry the card and get Lapis Blue out of here at the same time.
Sabine, because we trust each other, I'm going to be honest with you. We're not going to carry I don't want to carry the card out of here. There is... Lucian just like slowly raises one of their hands to their face. There's... something that hasn't been right. I don't even know if I feel like a person anymore. I just feel like a mask. Lucian looks back up at you, Sabine. I have to know what's going on.
Sabine drops her Mordred protection and puts a hand on your shoulder, similar to how Mordred did it before, but it is new Sabine doing it to you. And she says, she like looks you in the eye. You know, if you're looking down, she makes sure that she like meets your face with hers, and she says, "Well, we can't have that now, can we? We need you to feel like a person again. So let's get to the bottom of that, okay?"
Shinichi, you start to come to, and you realize as your awareness comes back together within your body, as if it was atomized and has been slowly pulled back into human form.
Mute if you're gonna type, please.
Sorry.
That's okay, thank you.
Yeah, as your kind of, like, your previous essence was atomized and pulled back into human form. You start to come to and see that this space that you've created, it's nothing but paint and papier-mâché. Now that you're looking at it closely, there is no reason that anybody could have been fooled to think that this was real.
Shinichi will sort of almost pull himself up a little bit, look at Goin. I'm sorry, I've screwed this up beyond repair. I can't.
Me too, to be perfectly honest. And I was going for a win. But here we are, face down on the curb.
My good uniform too, I'll say.
Yeah, no, like
I mean, it's my only uniform, but
yeah, I'm hurting all over, and my dad don't got healthcare, so that's gonna be a scowling. He's gonna get real mad at me.
I think I probably owe everyone an explanation. So
I don't want to explain anything.
But first, he'll sort of lean back, sort of up against the wall, trying to grasp on to the sort of fading out drain pipe. Straighten himself up. I think we need to help Reggie and fix this mess up that I've thrown everybody into.
Yeah, Goin also wobbles to his feet and goes, yeah, that's the least we can do for him. How does it... Listen, tell me something, Shinichi. What would you have done if you actually had the real card? If I didn't trick you? What was your goal? What was your end game? Was it something as, I don't know, simple as wanting to see your mom again? Did you actually have a good reason? Can you look me in the eye and justify why we had to fight? Why I had to go through all of that?
Oh, look up. When I joined Ryder, I figured the money would be good enough to get me away from the life of crime. And when I tried to pull away from it, the people I owe to are dangerous, dangerous people. And they came with me with an impossible ultimatum, which I couldn't hope to reach without cheating, I'll say. If I don't pay them back by tomorrow, I'll be taking a long journey away from here. But I knew if I told you all, you'd try and help. And these people are the sort who just stab you in the back streets without a second thought.
The Goin just looks at you and goes, man, you're 15. How the hell?
Sure. My mother's pretty much non-existent. My father's been in prison for my life. Everything I have to do, I'm trying to carve myself out of the streets of red brick. You needed money to do that, and there was only one place where someone like me could get that.
Goin reaches into his pants pocket and gets out his wallet, opens it up, and hands you like 3. What is it? Pound yen?
Yen
sterling, yeah.
Yeah, and hands you it, and he goes, "I'll take a cigarette."
Sold, he'll say, offering one.
Listen, you could have just...
Link up, Satan.
The link up is mutual. You both gain one link up with each other.
Yep.
For real, dog.
Nice.
Next time you're in deep shit, ask for help instead of dragging the people around you into it.
Yeah.
I think we've both learned this lesson.
I think so. We'll reach out and offer a hand in a sort of shake hands kind of.
Yeah, going just goes in for the hug, but kind of like collapses on top of him, so he's just like hanging over his shoulders almost.
You'll look a little awkward and do the sort of pat with one hand, with like
yeah.
the other hand up slightly awkwardly down one side and a sort
Love
of.
you, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. Let's watch the sports game tonight. Yeah.
The weight of Goin stepping into you, Shinichi, makes you take a step back. And true to the aesthetics of this place being made of just paper, upon your realization, your leg goes through the wall and the place starts to tear apart. And soon, just blackness, the void beneath you, tears open and you all fall down. You come back to in an arena of some sort. You look up and there are tiers upon tiers, rows of pixelated people, all in like endless cheap loops, cheering and baying for blood. In the middle of the arena, like a giant roulette wheel, you see Kier and Vega, who are sweating. They appear to have been involved in a really difficult fight. As they hear all of you landing in the space behind you, they turn round and go like, Kira's like, oh god, you got, where did you guys go?
I think, like, after brushing herself off, after probably, landing on her ass or back or whatever, she, rushes over to Kier and Vega and, makes sure they're okay. Puts an arm out to both of them, checks them. Kier, Vega, thank God. What's going on?
It's been hard fought, but... And you hear the sound of, like, a jackpot on a slot machine overflowing, and coins, like, fired out of a cannon shoot between Kier and yourself. Kier steps to the side as coins just pour past the both of you.
Well, Kier, it seems like you're winning.
Behind the vault, Vega says, kind of through gritted teeth, was this arena? No prize, no cash, just people baying for blood. And, well, he just fucking lost it. And you look to the top of the roulette wheel in the middle.
Oh god, that's horrific.
Oh, damn.
Very good.
Oh, damn. What happened to my boy?
Good
What a dramatic
fortune blossoms forth. The tree of Yggdrasil overwhelming and intertwining from within Reggie's heart. Infinite wealth pours forth from their mouth as the wheels of fate start to spin. Do you feel lucky? It seems that this fight has been going on for a while. And as a result, it's not going to be as directly kind of like pulled out. I'm going to turn it down a bit. That's very loud. There we go. Yeah, this fight has been going on for a while, and it seems to have traded blows. There are a lot of coins in the arena, and it's actually making it quite hard to move at this point. Almost as if it was kind of like shin deep, as this roulette wheel is spinning round and making footing quite difficult. But, so this fight's been going on for a while.
Right.
Listen, fine. Everyone else, take a step back. I'm in the best shape right now. I'm gonna fucking end this guy, and we're all gonna go back home. Got it? Great.
Hell no. I've been waiting to beat up this punk since we entered this place. I'm with you. You might not... Listen, Sabine, you might not remember this, but we had cool team attacks once.
Well, I'm sure it's all muscle memory at this point. If you just point me where to go, I'm sure my body will do the rest.
Oh, we turned that 777 into 666 and sent him right to hell.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
You take to cussing very well. You must have been a bad boy before.
Actually, I'm just getting used to it.
The reels on the slot machine start to spin.
Yeah.
Fun.
Wow.
Impressive.
That's good, right?
Who knows? What are we doing?
Sneechy will look to Lucian. Lucian, I'll owe you a full apology and explanation for my actions after this, but will you still have me to support this fight?
Shinichi, I forgive you. I feel like there's a definite guilty party involved, and they're not currently in this room. Or at least not where we can see.
Let's go find them together.
I like the idea of Lucian and Shinichi then having one of those frickin' like the arm grasp kind of like basically the bro handshake or whatever it was whichever Schwarzenegger film it was.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, damn it.
Exactly.
Goin, are you going to turn into your goblin, or are you going to try to avoid that this fight?
Nah, I'm gonna punch this guy.
Sabine hands the hilt of Clarent, her sword, to you.
Ooh.
Goin looks at it. Goin looks at it, looks at the blade, and goes, "You know, Goin is a Korean name. It's written with the same character as Axe." And I think when he says that, the sword kind of like shifts into a different mode, or like starts doesn't transform, it just shifts into another mode, as if this was like a switch axe almost.
Yeah,
And just becomes like a battle axe, like sleek. I imagine sleek black with like a wrapped hilt and like jagged edges.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. But an opening will need to be caused before you can deal damage.
Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
I was going to make a suggestion that maybe Shinichi and Lucian can try and create the opening, and then you two can work together to deal the damage.
Oh, that's fun.
Kieran Vega
I'm in.
exist as tags. You may use either of those tags once in whatever bullshit you try and do.
Let's see. Shinichi, how do we want to do this? We have options.
I think I can put this wheel to some use. Also looking at the thing. I think
The roulette wheel, right?
yeah, I think I can make a few copies of myself a bit. Also, we'll see if I can cause some distraction for you to assist. That seems sensible.
And I think, let's see. So Shinichi is going to be messing with the wheel. Options. God, I really hate that I'm trying to think of like what's a book that would be that I could see some kind of like roulette playing Vegas card shark having, and I hate that all I can think of is Art of the Deal.
I mean, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas comes to mind.
Oh,
I was going to or Casino Royale.
Oh man, God, I do actually love the idea of it being Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and having the. I'm going to try to basically have the entire book unfold as if every page was part of one of those those pinup fold-out things. So it's going to fold out in like two directions, so that the iconic car is going to just go peeling out of that. And I think, let's see, Shinichi can either use that to ride along the roulette wheel extra fast, or that could be easily used by one of our frontline fighters.
So I think in that case, are you using like Manifest Literary Magic as a tag? Because I remembered how we do teamwork in this game, and it's basically loaning a tag to somebody else to make a roll. So would you like to give that essentially part of the move as a tag to Shinichi to do, for Shinichi to create the opening? Does that make sense?
Cool, yeah, that sounds good by me.
Cool. So Shinichi, it looks like you're gonna go and line it up.
Okay, so with a copy of it'll initially look like before the car arrives. Decoys of Shinichi will appear on each of the. We'll go with the blue squares on the spinning wheel, each firing sort of fake gunshots at the shadow entity. However, this is merely a distraction, as the actual Shinichi driving the car, I can't remember, cigar in hand, flying towards, in a probably extremely distracting manner, the center of the arena. So decoys of myself, hit someone with their own power, and Lucian's tag of
Literary magic.
Literary
So plus
magic.
3.
Line it up.
Mm-hmm.
Whee!
Okay. I do believe that means that you only choose one, or are there no side effects if you line it up and you get plus 10? Yeah. So the foe sends an attack your way. The opening only lasts a few moments. The foe sees you coming and you'll have disadvantage.
I'll take the attack comes my way as I feel being distracted and the like.
Yes. So as the gunfire rains down and you hop in this large fucking Corvette, as you use the middle of the kind of like a roulette wheel as an incline ramp to try and plow into the Norn's Wheel of Fortune, and it works. As the car, like, I guess, going between both Goyne and Sabine, slams into the Norns, and the kind of, like, branch-like arms ensnare the car, and you get a deluge of coins to the face. And I don't know if anybody's thrown a coin at you before.
Ow.
Ow, 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 ow.
It's a lot of them. What kind of spectrums of damage are you currently on? I should probably take a look at that. Because if there's a relevant one, it increases, I think, rather than giving you a new track.
I'm still nauseous, so maybe like it just hits like it just makes me dizzier.
Yeah. Does it? I mean, I think it should update my gold track, honestly.
Ha! Yes. That's fun. That's fun. I'm going to say that your stress increases to 4.
Yep.
And your gold increases to 4.
Yeah.
Just as planned.
Only Shinichio's getting hit.
Yeah. Don't worry about the two of you. You two might be in big shit anyway. But it seems that the Nons' arms are now occupied with Car.
All right. Let me look at my moves real quick. Marcy, do you have any cool ideas?
Well, you now have the tag of Clarent, so if we're going by the teamwork rules, you now have that tag to work with in addition.
Yeah, you do have a gigantic axe, and I still am using the scythe that Lucy gave me,
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, sure. I'm more than happy to add scythe to the kind of tags that are available.
But what would be charred scythe? I think would be a good one, given the
it looks very Dark Soulsian.
All right. Let me think. Because I would just like, I'm just seeing all these tendrils, big weak spots. We got sharp edged weapons. Let's just mow this sucker down.
Yeah, let's just make it like Christmas and go out and get our tree.
I love the idea of this shot, like after the car just runs into the Norns, that you just have like the back shot. Like, I don't know if you've ever played a Yakuza game, but there's this shot where Nishiki and Kiryu just look at each other and they just like walk towards this like crowd of Yakuza. But like it's this really cool, confident, just like we got this kind of moment.
Hell yeah, baby.
I would just take a step forward and I don't know, just start chopping.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started chopping.
Life is meant to harvest, so I'm just gonna get to work.
Go and give me a strike roll, Goyne.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Definitely gets my +1 from my Clarent tag.
So that's one of the tags.
Clarent tags, and let's see. I don't got my big club, so I'm gonna use my tag Reclaimed Heritage because Goyne axe. Like
Makes sense to me.
So I'm gonna roll a +2. Remind me, what can I hold on? Sabine, we have Arcana. We have bonds.
Yeah, we're at a 2. 2 help with each other.
2 help.
Well, if you want to use one of Sabine's bonds, The next time an ally would be attacked, you take that attack instead as if you had rolled a mixed success, gain fleeting advantage on your next aggressive move. Which we can hit rewind, and you can take that damage instead and be fueled up for this hit if you'd like to do it that way. That's one thing that you can do if you want to kind of use these abilities.
No, I think I don't want to take this thunder away from just like WarioWare driving a car into something. So I'm gonna keep this in mind, and you can also like use a tag like a bond to re-roll, right?
Indeed, you can.
Exactamundo. So I'm just gonna roll strike with +2. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna re-roll that.
That's because I had an action already set. Against
Oh God,
this roll.
no!
So earlier when the Norns made a 2d6 minus 2 roll and rolled that 1, that dice roll is floating for the Norns to then use that to replace any existing roll made. And I told myself in advance it would be to replace whatever attack you tried to make. So, essentially, the Norns schooled, seizing what will be, glimpsed into the future and saw this attack coming.
But they didn't see my attack, right?
The Norns moves the car, and the car is cleaved clean in half, protecting Norn from taking the damage.
I didn't roll anything, and I still get blocked. What the hell? Fucking
the
boss bullshit. Reading my arcade inputs.
To represent that 7 being replaced with a 1. However, I like the idea of this being like a bond point to re-roll, and this is like Sabine making the attack instead. Do it with the same +2, but Sabine makes the roll instead.
So I can burn social link with Goyne and re-roll.
I'll let you choose between the two of you who wants to burn the social link here.
Okay.
All right.
Because we're on a like not using Kim kick, and your ability is Kim, so I'm just gonna burn it, and we'll go from there.
Okay. How are you fueled by your relationship with Goyne to make this attack now?
Again, knowing what I know of him, more like fiction, more like reading a case file through inherited memories. I'm proud that Goyne is doing so much for himself and acting through his own force of will rather than through the Dokaibi. So I think I'm inspired by him putting so much on the line and taking up my sword, even turning it into an axe and trying to get his hands dirty himself. So I'm really proud of that, and that's how I'm inspired to try to take advantage.
Let's go.
You take a look at Goyne's face, and he suddenly got Juggalo paint, and he goes whoop whoop.
Exactly.
Patches up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use power tag of beams. My scythe. And can I do inspiring revolution?
Sure. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. That makes sense.
+3.
So we're on a roulette wheel.
Right. Good one. Ba-boom.
Full success. Yeah. Tell me how you break essentially how you break the Norns' final quality with this attack.
Basically I like cut aside a big chunk of branches with the scythe, and then a beam fired from like the swinging of the arc of the scythe just like shoots right through its like head, heart, coin, crown area, and just coins, spill out as if blood.
Absolutely. You clean, sever the Norns' head in half as coins rain downwards upon you all like an endless deluge. The reels stop spinning and then start to crumble as they break the bearings and start to come away from the unit itself. Oh man, this is a bit crushed to fuck, but I think this is probably kind of appropriate. The Norns starts to fall apart. Kier and Vega kind of come up behind the two of you, to make sure that you're both okay as the body dissolves away, fading in golden light in a similar way that Shinichi, upon being defeated, was evaporating in black smoke. And before long, Reggie returns.
I told you we had cool team attacks.
That was pretty sweet. We should work together more in the future.
We
the team
we,
attacks.
we kind of have in the future, in the past, but it's a weird thing. I'll
okay.
explain it to you later.
Past future me thanks you for having such cool team attacks.
Future past me says sorry for messing with you like that.
Hey, don't worry about it.
I gotta listen. Like, I gotta respect women more by not altering their
Okay.
She just pats you on the head, which of course she's like towering over you in the suit, so just like a bump.
Let's go with this moment of Shinichi opening the door of the Corvette, probably standing on Reggie as he gets out to get back down to ground level. And current present me would like to have distinct words with Team Gamma for stealing our team member.
Oh, Maury, thank God. I thought I cut you in half with my scythe.
I got better.
That's impressive.
The tie's probably perfectly halved at this point. The bottom half of it just missing.
again, like I like to think that Shinichi was like again attempting to light up another cigarette, but again, it's been perfectly bisected.
It just has two like half cigar. Yeah. Well,
Lucian's
Shinichi.
just
Sorry,
quietly walking over to Reggie.
No stealing of cards this time. Much stepping back.
Yeah.
Vega kind of steps forward and says, "Oh, good job, Team Delta. Gosh, you all work so hard.
Couldn't have done without the two of you keeping him distracted, so thanks for that.
Yeah, we did loosen him up for you.
Thank you for buying us some valuable time.
We had some internal affairs to tend to.
Yeah, what was going on with that? You all just vanished.
Team
meeting. We had a little group huddle. Work things out.
Lucian, you head towards Reggie, and we see a zoomed in kind of close up of the tarot card for the Wheel of Fortune on Reggie's chest as you reach forward with one hand. And emerging into the shot in the opposite direction is another long, elegant hand, long nails clad in gold jewelry. Oh, no. You already have one card. To have two would be, well, selfish, frankly.
I'm not doing this for myself.
You were somewhere else.
What?
In fact, Shinichi, Goin, Sabine, you all are somewhere else. It appears to be a dusty bookstore. The walls in dimly lit light, you can barely make out that they're books at all, but you see books, arcane implements, like something out of an apothecary or a cartoon witch's hut. And at the very back, a desk with a desk lamp. A dull, even the light emerging itself feels dusty and grainy, like there's film grain over it, or vinyls hiss in light form as you see two figures emerge from behind it.
What is this?
One of them... Sorry.
It's you again.
One of them in a shirt and tie. Long hair covering one eye, carrying a quill in elegant gold-adorned hands. Another in an oversized coat, hair twisting across their face and neck, carrying and gently shuffling a deck of cards. Thank you for making it so far in this story. It's been really entertaining weaving this story together with you all, but I think that this is actually going far enough. We don't want you to obtain everything that you need straight away. That wouldn't be especially interesting. Indeed, one must realize when a story needs to come to an end. We've worked very hard trying to make you all protagonists, but we've realized that we're not especially sure on whether you are fully deserving. So, we've decided to do another reading. You enjoyed the last one we did, so let's do another. And through those dreams, through those visions, through looking at the truth of the cards, we can see your true potential. So all of you have a seat. Grab a glass of water, have a stretch. Make sure you're ready for the story ahead, because we're reaching a conclusion. In fact, we'll do our reading on the other side of the break. Oh yes, indeed!
Damn the fourth wall!
No.
Now isn't
then
really
the
the time
entire-
to do the reading. So, I suppose we should go into a break, should we? We'll cue up the music, hold on.
And the entire crew turns to the camera and starts moving towards it and waving, and then they crawl out of the screen and escape into the real world.
Oh man!
Twitch chat, engage.
What I need all of you to do is to, on the count of 3, let's all say Arcana core together.
Oh,
as we did
yes,
I was
last
hoping
Yes.
you could use this.
Come on. One, 2, 3. Arcana core. We'll be right back.